right. Mic's working. I think everything's working. Hi everyone, it's Anthony. I'm back with another video here on single and, hold on, let me put my phone away. Single and placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day. Weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. We are here at the reservoir near our super south Arvada, super north Golden, kind of right on the cusp. We've been here a number of times at this point. This has kind of been our new go-to because it is closer than the off-leash dog park, but it's much longer. It's a 7-mile loop. The only thing is this is on leash, so Apollo has to stay on leash, which he doesn't seem to mind too bad. I do not know what kind of birds these are, but there is a whole gathering of them over here on the water's edge. But it's a beautiful day out today, and I figured I'd bring you along, kind of do a little vlog status update, and I'm gonna respond to some comments. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Like I said, I hope things are going well for you. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. So yeah, we're just moving and grooving. I was listening to, today's Sunday at the time of filming this, I was just listening to Mia's live, so I'll have to go back and finish listening to the rest of it. But I started walking and I was listening, and so Apollo's already gone potty and all that stuff, and then I was like, okay, I gotta start filming, even though I wanted to keep listening along. But hi Mia, I hope you're doing well. It's always like the highlight of my Sunday is listening along to her live, so love it. So yeah, let's get out of the little dirt area and then we'll get on the paved path, and I think we'll walk, I don't know if we'll walk our normal way, which is, I guess, counterclockwise through this loop. So yeah, as far as, just some quick life update stuff, everything's going really good. I'm having a great week so far. I had a great week. Work's going well. Still a little quiet, but it's been giving me a chance to work on some side projects at work and stuff, which is cool, and do some extra trainings that I typically don't have a ton of time for. So that's been awesome. Oh, and just a heads up, the battery that I have in the camera is almost dead, but I want to let it run dry and then I'll swap it. So just keep that in mind. Here in a few minutes you'll probably see it get cut off, or the video will get cut off, but we're at 7% right now. So yeah, work's going good. Other life stuff, something's up with my shoulder. I don't know what's going on. I had surgery on my shoulder probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and haven't had any issues with it since that surgery. They put, I think, 6 plastic anchors in my shoulder at different areas. And I woke up earlier this week and it was just very sore. It feels like it's kind of popping and doing some odd stuff. It almost feels like it's going to dislocate, but it doesn't. It just hurts like it has recently or is about to. So I had an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon, and they said from the x-rays they can't see any major injuries, but it's hard to really tell because the anchors are plastic. So they're like, in the x-ray we can see the hole where the anchor is supposed to be, and those look generally fine, but we can't really get a clear look at it without doing an actual MRI. So they don't want to do an MRI yet. They're like, if you had really injured it, like torn one of those anchors out, it would be like agonizing pain. It wouldn't just be like, oh, my shoulder feels weird, So they gave me some like exercise bands, and they're like, just try to, start working on stretching that area out and maybe start doing some more shoulder-specific exercises to strengthen the muscle up in that area even more and all that good stuff. So that's something else that I'm dealing with. It doesn't hurt nearly as bad as it did when I went in for my appointment. I was like, this is like very painful. Like I couldn't even put my shoulder up over my head or put my arm up over my head very easily. And I think maybe that's, I don't know, because I think that sometimes I sleep with, you know, my arm up, you know, hand on forehead. I sleep like that, and maybe that fussed with it. I honestly don't know. I was also thinking maybe I tweaked it when I was moving, something, but it's getting better every day. It gets incrementally better, but I'm still feeling that like popping and just like loosey-goosey feeling. So I'll keep doing the exercises, start working out my shoulders a little bit more, or just at all in general. and then I have a follow-up appointment with the doctor in 2 weeks. So he's like, if it's still really hurting, and you know, a lot of times that popping and grinding is a result of inflammation. So if you're still feeling that, then we'll start to get more serious and get you in for an MRI and see what's going on in there. But they want to keep it pretty chill for now, which I appreciate. So yeah, and then I have a lot that I want to talk about in regards to my summer vacation, my little vacation that I'm taking to Cedar Point. I have a ton that I want to talk about in regards to that, like, because I got everything booked. So I want to talk to you all about my booking and my plans and all that, but that's going to be a separate whip and chat that I'll probably film later on this week and try to actually film from behind the crafting table, and I can just gab with you about theme park stuff. So, but this is responding to your comments. I'm gonna start with my most recent video because there are a ton of comments there. So I want to start there and see if we can knock those out. And then depending on time and how much battery we have left and stuff, I'll try to dive into the other comments from other videos, but that might have to be separate as well. So, hi. Come on. That might have to be separate as well because my most recent video has a lot of comments. I think when I checked this morning, I was like, oh, I have 70 some odd comments to respond to, it seems like. Come on. Come on. We were just up here last night, and there was a deer standing kind of on the ridge up here on this hill. We've got a partial battery in, so it's like at 30%, and then I have 2 more complete full ones. So as long as we keep this under like 3 hours, we should be fine. But anyway, I was just mentioning that there was a deer or elk or something up on this ridge, and it was at night, so you just saw the silhouette of the elk or the deer, and Apollo was like, what is that? Because we were like far enough away that he couldn't really make out what it was. He just saw like a moving animal. And now we've got a bunch of cattle up here on this ridge, so plenty of little wildlife and stuff out here. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna move the microphone to right there. I think that might be better. But anyway, hi. So anyway, I have a lot of comments to get through, and so I'll try to do my best to get through more than just one video's worth, but there is a lot, so we'll see how this goes. But we're gonna start responding to comments. My phone battery is also at like 46%, and so I have to read from my phone. We'll see how long that lasts. Since we're talking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn Bluetooth off, save that battery. I'm gonna turn the battery saving mode on, And hopefully that'll give us a little bit more time here. Battery, low power mode. Okay, hopefully that keeps it relatively happy. I'm going to 62 comments. Okay, we can handle that. So I'm going to go as far back as it seems like I need to go. Let's see. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I guess, yeah, I'll just start by saying, so these will all be in response to my most recent video. It was I'm starting my own diamond painting business video, aka the parody video that I've been talking about doing for months and months and months. I finally was able to get it done, and thank you so much for the kind words and the support, and it seems like people found it funny, which is good. I was hoping that people would find it funny. Let me just turn my brightness up here a little bit. Yeah, I mentioned it in previous vlogs, like I was a little bit worried about how it might be received and, you know, all of that stuff, but it seems to have gone over well, and I had so much fun putting that together. You know, I've been working on piecing that video together for about a month now. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's move forward. Let's go forward. Good boy. Been piecing that video together for about a month now, and it was a blast. It was a blast. I would absolutely... let's just pause here for a minute. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let me help you this way. Yeah, it was a blast to put together. I started filming that intro, the car part of it. That's like a few weeks old, maybe a month old. And then the actual me walking around on a hike doing the hunting for buddy seeds part happened a couple weeks after that. And then the last part, the kind of, you know, parody or the commercial part I did about a week ago, recorded the audio for that took like a lot of takes, and to get the phrasing right and everything, I wrote out a script for that. And then the parody portion I did earlier this week, and once again I wrote a full script for that and had to change costumes, and then the editing took a while too. That's probably the most edited video or time intensive video that I've ever done, stitching everything together and trying to make it look somewhat cohesive. So yeah, I appreciate the support. I know that not everyone will have 100% idea of like the context of everything, but I tried to make it so it would still be fun to watch, even if you didn't know any sort of like backstory to it. It's supposed to stand on its own as just like a fun, silly video that I decided to do. So I hope it came through as such. And originally that video was supposed to go up on April 1st. It was supposed to be my April Fool's video, and that's how I've planned it out. And my idea was to do an April Fool's video, launching my own diamond painting product. That idea is about a year or so old, and then I just kept adding more little things to it and Frankensteining more ideas onto it, and then that's what happened. That's kind of the end result. But because I have events coming up starting in April, going all throughout the summer, I was like, I don't want to put this silly, crazy video up at the same time I'm trying to like get people excited for an event and that type of thing. So I was like, I think it'd probably be wise to create a little bit of separation between everything. So I was like, March it is, we're just gonna do it now. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know it's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea for sure. You know, I'm pretty sure there's at least a couple people that I know probably aren't going to care for it, but I had a blast. I think it was good fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and get into some comments here. So, Jeanette, I hope I said that right. Jeanette Jensen said, so many things going through my head, from what a great idea to what the heck happened and wow, what great nature, etc., etc. Yeah, it's a little, well, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's all over the place, and it's intentionally supposed to be a little crazy. I kind of wanted it to be a slow build from me saying I have this product launch, and then once I actually get out in the forest and we're looking for putty seeds, I figure that's when people will be like, okay, something's going on here, what is this? And then I really wanted it to just nosedive and spiral out of control there towards the end and just get kind of completely wacky. So yeah, I know it probably left a lot of people like, what's going on? But I hope it was still funny. And then Deborah MT 57 said, Apollo is adorable, but you, sir, are hysterical. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I had fun. I'll include at the end of this video, I do have some bloopers and some outtakes, not too many. And I have to see what files I still have saved after I was done uploading everything, but I've got a couple minutes probably of like all the different takes that I had to do, because I basically wrote out a bunch of lines, and then I just had some general notes like, look at the camera awkwardly for 10 seconds, make this face, do this thing, and then I would just kind of try to splice it in as it made sense for the video. So there's a lot of stuff that was kind of left cut out that I'll try to include a couple little fun clips, I guess. So yeah, okay. Are you slow today? He's like, yeah, you've been taking me on miles long walks every single day. Like, we haven't had a lazy bum day in a while. We've been doing 5-6 miles average every day. Just because, I want to get some more exercise in. So I think he's kind of like, I thought this was going to be our lazy Sunday. So I'll probably just respond to these comments and then we'll call it good. But anyway, Michelle Callender said, let me get him. Let's get you over here so you're walking in the grass. Yeah, I'm sure cyclists don't like you standing right dead center. Good boy. Nope, on the grass. He's like, can we go home and veg? Why do you keep doing this? He's a very active dog, but I can tell, like, even when we were getting ready today, he was just plopped down on the couch, and usually he's like jumping on me and pawing at me because he's like, let's go, put my harness on, get your coat on, let's go. And today he just watched me get ready to go just on the couch staring at me like, seriously, we're doing this again today. But anyway, so Michelle Callender said, I just love your channel. Keep up the amazing work. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll try. Vicky Barnett 1651 said, bravo, with a LOL emoji. Thank you. The Creativity Squirrel said, this is the funniest thing I've seen on the internet for ages. You had me in fits of laughter. Oh, good. I'm glad that you liked it. I was a little worried. Well, not a little worried, but I don't do very good impressions, I don't think. And I didn't take a ton of time, like, preparing for these characters that I was doing. But I did try a little bit with the Australian accent. I watched a couple videos from, like, Actors Guild or Actors Advice or something of, like, how to do an Australian accent. And so I was trying to practice a little bit, but I think it just slipped into, like, nondescript British, Irish. I don't know I honestly don't know what I was doing, but I was trying to hit a couple of notes just right. And then somebody had recommended or suggested that if you want to do oh no with an Australian accent, you say R and R. So R and R. And so I was like, oh my God. I tried my best, but I'm not good at any of that stuff. But I tried to do a decent impression, of course, very embellished and exaggerated to make it a little, lighthearted. I didn't want to do like a reenactment necessarily. It was supposed to be, just like silly. So anyway, thank you. Alexandrina Torres 3421 said, LMAOOO, a bunch of O's. This was so funny. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Polly Tobin 5233 said, OMG, hilarious. Thanks. Thank you. It was fun. I had fun doing it. Ooh, there's a bunch of cows up here. You're going to get really distracted, huh? Speechcrafts said, this made my day. You are the best. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was fun. I'm glad that people, I do a lot of different kind of content. Like, to say that my channel is a diamond painting channel is a little, it's kind of fallen outside of that. But at the end of the day, I hope that the content that I put up is entertaining. It keeps you company while you're diamond painting, and that's what I really look for when I'm listening to content and videos, is just some company kept. Like, I don't need somebody to be diamond painting while I listen along, and I rarely am actually at the craft table diamond painting while filming. I usually just diamond paint on my own, but I hope that it still is engaging, all of that good stuff. So thank you, I appreciate it. Penguin00476 said, so funny, can't wait for April to order my putty. Yeah. Yeah, keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for it. Somebody asked, on Mia's live, she was talking about it. She was like, did you put the thing in put the putty in the seeds and like put all that together? And I was like, no, it's just silly putty, straight from the shelf from the store. I was walking around Target trying to think of like, okay, I have this idea for an all-natural putty product, and like, so initially, oh my gosh, look at the cows are looking right at Apollo. Is that your new friend? Are those new friends? You look concerned. You look concerned. He's like, what the heck? So I initially was like, okay, I just want it to be, my whole shtick is going to be that it's like all natural and organic and, all of that stuff. So I was going to get just like some craft putty or like something from like the craft store. And then I was just going to hang it on tree branches and stuff and be like, oh, look, it's growing. The kind of original inspiration for that is there's a video that came out years and years ago where, I forget, I don't know if it was the BBC or somebody, they filmed a video showing how spaghetti is made. And I think it was like way back when, Italian food was just starting to really get more mainstream in the US. I forget the context, but anyway, I think the BBC filmed this parody video, a joke video, where they showed these women and people with baskets, and they had laid cooked spaghetti on tree branches, so it's just like hanging off of the branches. And they show these people getting up with baskets and picking the spaghetti off the tree and putting it in baskets, and they're talking about that's how they harvest spaghetti. It's like fully cooked spaghetti just hanging off of trees. So that came to mind when I was putting this video together, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hang a bunch of putty or something off of trees and I'll show us harvesting it. But then I was like, well, I don't want a bunch of putty getting stuck to like trees and leaves. Like, that's a little bit rude of me to go to like a trail or go out into the forests and leave a bunch of plastic putty residue stuck to branches and stuff. So I was like, I gotta find a way to like put it in something so I don't have to get putty all over everything. And so I was walking around Target like, what can I use? And I went through the toy section and there was silly putty, and I was like, oh, this is perfect because it already comes in those eggs I'll just call the eggs seeds, and that'll be the whole thing. So that's kind of how that idea came together in my head. But yeah, if you wait till April, who knows, maybe you'll get a seed in the mail. And then Jadekin said, not the putty seed. Yes, the putty seeds. And then Prartha Narajan said, I'm looking forward to ordering putty from your shop. Okay, well, yeah, who knows, maybe someday in the future I'll actually make something real, but that wasn't real. There's a couple comments that I saw come in that I don't know if they're playing along with me, and if you are, that is amazing. But a couple of them I was like, did somebody not watch the actual video and just read the title and was like, congrats on launching a product, or good luck, can't wait to order. I'm like, okay. But I'm operating under the assumption that people are commenting because they're in on the joke. There's a couple of them that I can tell aren't the case, but we'll get to those. Anyway, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Vanessa Bowerman said, never heard of Rocky Mountain putty seed. What a find. Can't wait to try it. On another subjective, I enjoy your channel, was looking through the diamond painting channels and found yours and have been a fan ever since. Also, great to see a left-handed painter. Kim over at Kimba's Crafts is too. Oh, interesting. There are challenges being left-handed, but we've conquered it. Have a great day. Yes, I did run into because I watch a lot of diamond painting content, or especially when I first started, and a lot of people are right-handed, and then I went to do it and I was like, well, how do I keep the sticky from getting on my hand as I go across? And I was like, oh, well, it'll be completed diamond painting on your left side if you work left to right, so it's fine. And then I know that there's also some specific diamond painting trays that are like for left-handed folks because the spout's in a different spot, I think. I don't remember. I think there's some specific products for left-handed folks in diamond painting, but I found that I do best when the spout is dead center on the tray. So like Mooney Maid's trays are kind of perfect for me. So yeah, left-handed folks. But yes, the Rocky Mountain putty seed. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how when that came to into my brain, but it did at some point. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's the thing. It's probably after I saw the silly putty. It's like, okay, it's an egg, but I could call it a seed. And we're hiking. There we go. Boom, done. So anyway, Jade over at Jadekins says, quick, say Rocky Mountain putty seed 3 times fast. No, I will not. I will not do that. Saying I think the part that took the longest as far as like multiple takes and practicing was the little commercial there towards the middle. That took a long time. Like I wrote it all out, did some editing on the writing because my idea was like I want it to be kind of like 50s, 60s, like commercial for like Ajax or Dawn dish soap where it's just like, very has that kind of Disney-esque kind of music in the background and is just like just over the top and very kitschy. So that was kind of my idea for that. So it took me a while to use my announcer voice, and I feel like I was channeling my mom in that moment because she's done radio and a lot of commercial work in the past. And I feel like, Mom, you'll have to tell me if you agree, but I feel like I sound like her when I went into my commercial mode. But anyway, so I had my ad copy that I wrote out and did multiple takes because I would slip on my words or I'd say because I say way too much. And so I had to just keep trying. But saying Rocky Mountain putty seed is a little bit of a tongue twister, so that took me a while to get right. And then, where does this go? Where does this go? Okay, sorry. That battery with the 30% died, so we're back at it. I turned off the paved trail because I saw this little path. I'm guessing it's just gonna dead end somewhere, but let's explore. let's explore. But yeah, the saying Rocky Mountain putty seed so many times kept tripping me up. And then just like, yeah, it took several different takes for each of those lines to get it the way I wanted to get it. The absolute hardest part was saying, what's the line? Be the MVP of MPB. That was such a tongue twister for me to say that, like with a straight face and just straight up. Oh, it looks like this path just spits us out over here. So let's just go back on the regular trail. Come on, buddy. Yeah, that was hard. MVP of MVP of MPB. Yes. I kept saying like MVP of MB, like I just couldn't. It was tough. And to say it all with like a straight face, and try to keep that voice going was just like, oh my gosh. But it was a lot of fun. And yeah, lots of outtakes of me just being like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. This is so stupid, but I had a blast. It's like one of those things that like, I did have to push myself a little bit because it's so far outside of my normal comfort zone, especially when it comes to like filming and stuff. And even though I thought the idea was funny, and in my head and personally I thought it would be funny, I was like, this is also just really dumb. So I think that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to like piece it all together, because I kept stopping and being like, Anthony, this is stupid. Like, no one's gonna think this is funny. No one's gonna like this. In fact, you're probably just gonna upset everyone because, people take diamond painting and all of in products and small shops and stuff so deadly or so seriously that even though you have this lighthearted mindset about it and think it's funny to poke fun, like no one else feels that way. Like this is a very serious thing. But I just had to kind of I had to like kind of get over that every time and just be like, you know what, like this is something I really wanted to do. It's how I wanted to, get a little fun and creative and do something different. And, I'm going to push forward. If I have to like suffer some sort of consequences, there isn't anything about me having a diamond painting channel or being in the social space that's like, it's not going to, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Aside from someone specifically, getting so upset that they come and try to figure out where I live and where I hang out and bring it to that level, I'm feeling pretty good. So that last little part of the video that I did, the kind of Blair Witch style ending, I had kind of come up with that idea on the fly the night that I was editing, because I didn't know how to end everything. And that was kind of the one out of, it was all in for fun and poking fun. But that last little piece was a little bit of, truth in how I feel sometimes, is like, I'm out here being like, oh, here's where I live and it's just across the street from this store and this is a block over. It's like I give people coordinates to where I currently live, and seeing, knowing that there's folks out there that do take this so deadly seriously and are very volatile. It's like, is that a smart idea for me to be, poking fun and not doing the, I don't know, poking fun and just being honest about how I feel about things, and will that cause someone to be like, I am so mad that I'm gonna pull up Google Maps, and it's something I think about sometimes, not super often, because I've got amazing people that are subscribers and watch my videos and stuff, but those kind of thoughts do creep in sometimes about like, how smart is it to be that just, you know, that open with everything you do and where you go and all of that stuff online. Like, there is an inherent risk built into that. But so that was a little bit of like, you know, kind of personal commentary at the very end. There was a little bit of me being truthful of how I feel there towards the end, but I also wanted to lighten it as well. You know, it's still supposed to be part of the funny parody video, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this Blair Witch style thing at the very end. Like, how do I film this? But anyway, so thank you so much for the comments thus far. Thank you, Jade, for the, yes, Rocky Mountain Putty Seed. I can't say it 3 times fast. Bella Luna said a bunch of funny, you know, smiling, laughing emojis. OMG, that was hysterically funny. Thank you, Anthony. That was awesome. Of course. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the positive response. Melissa, is it Melissa Tricia? Said this was amazing, laughing emoji. Thank you. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. And then J-Ping Su said, OMG, is that what those are? My dad would always just tell me they were lost Easter eggs when we'd go hiking, which never made sense. I feel so betrayed. Thank you, Anthony. You're welcome. How dare your dad? And then Inspired Life 2626 says, how dare your father keep the secret all to himself? Yeah, he was probably trying to start a diamond painting putty shop and wanted to keep it all for himself. So I'm glad that I was able to lift the veil on the Rocky Mountain Putty Seeds for everyone. Thank you so much for the comments. Christina 406 Diamond said, thank you, Anthony. I laughed so hard this morning. I am so excited for you and can't wait to help support you. Yeah, you're welcome, and I appreciate the support. This is gonna totally come back to bite me in the butt when, like, I do get to the point where I'm like, I want to start some kind of, you know, some kind of diamond painting something in the space or create something myself. And it's, I'm going to have to like I'm going to have to come up with a completely different method for announcing that, whatever that is, because I've kind of burnt that, you know. But anyway, thank you for the comment. Inspired Life 2626 said, your content and creativity is out of this world, Anthony. I'm definitely going to be revisiting this video. Your channel is just the whole package. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I try to keep it keep it exciting, keep it different. You never know what's gonna, you know, what I'm gonna decide I want to do or an idea. And we've done so much, you know, we've done from starting out with me trying to like test the waters with hiking. Like, is it okay that I'm doing outdoor stuff on my diamond painting channel? And then that went fine. And then we morphed into me doing some more shop spotlights and artist spotlights, and that seemed to go really well. Doing some themed vlogs where we're focusing on French influence or focusing on, you know, XYZ. I think we did WT Benda. No, was it? No, it wasn't WT Benda. I think that's French. No, Polish. He was Polish. So I did the little kind of Polish themed thing where we did the kielbasas and the pierogies. I've done how to make kimchi on a video. We've done all sorts of stuff. And the whole time, everyone's been so supportive and the channel's continued to grow, and I've met so many more cool people. So I hope this just is another facet of that and kind of can live in that just different ideas space. So thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Inspired Life 2626 goes on to say, I sure hope there are more product releases and announcements to come. You never know. I might be working on some other products that I'll need to launch in the future. We'll see. And then City Cat Crafter said, that was hilarious. Thank you for a great belly laugh. Love your videos. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Leanne Palumbo said, OMG, that was hilarious. You are absolutely brilliant. Thank you. I don't know. Brilliance is a strong word. It was just, you know, just some fun. You know, I had a good point of reference for the parody part of it. You know, I didn't, of course, me being in a wig and nails and outfits, that's absurd. That's absurdity. and I took a lot of creative liberties with the script, but a good portion, at least at the beginning of it, was not exact quotes, but close enough that it's not too far outside of the what I was referencing. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Miss Nikki 1806 said, "I died when I heard the whisper 'shots fired' at the end." Poor Apollo was probably so confused when you were filming that. So he was confused in the way that we did like a 5-mile walk, and I walked until it got completely pitch black, and then once we got back to the car, I popped him in the car, and then I went and did I put on the sweatshirt and the wig and went out and did the rest of the filming. So he was just hanging out in the car with a bone while I was doing that. So he was probably confused as to why I left him in the car and walked off in the dark. But it only took maybe about 5 minutes to film that. And I was right next to the car. So when you hear me running and stuff, that was at the parking lot that we just left. And I was just running in the dirt next to the parking lot. So yeah, he was fine. He was fine. I wouldn't force him to run with me and be so confused. Like I wasn't gonna do that. So he just hung out in the car and munched on a bone for a few minutes while I filmed that piece. But yeah, we just did that. That was the same night I edited and uploaded the video, so that must have been Friday night. So at the time of filming this, and today's Sunday. So anyway, yeah, and the shots fired whispers. I was editing the video, and I had left space for me to do something like that, to put some kind of whisper or something in the background. So I left space when I was walking around at night, when I was filming that. I left space to include some kind of clips. I just didn't know what I was going to put in there. And then when I got home and I was editing, I was like, okay, I think it'd be funny to do like, say, shots fired or stacks on facts. Those will be part of the outtakes. I wrote a few of those different phrases, but just made them completely ridiculous. I just was picking random words to say. So that was stacks on facts on Big Macs on stocks, I think is what I said. And so I included that, but like sped it up, and then the shots fired, and then the "you hurt my friend, I'll hurt you." I put that in there a couple of times. So I hadn't really thought of what I was gonna put there. I just left space for something. I didn't know if I was gonna do like trees rustling or someone just like yelling or something like that in the distance. And then I was like, oh, I think it'd be funny to do like shots fired or something, like someone whispering that in the darkness is a little unnerving. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Even I love responding to these comments, and I appreciate it. It's also feels a little self-serving because it's the first time I've done something like this where people are like, this in particular is great work, but I appreciate it. It's a little bit difficult for me to get through it, and it's kind of like a toot your own horn kind of situation, I guess, but I do really appreciate it, and I do love responding to comments, and it is kind of fun talking about it, because once again, it was tough putting all that together. I felt so dumb or so absurd, like I've never put on fake nails before in my entire life. So I was putting them on in my room. I'm like, what are you doing? This is so stupid. So it's kind of nice to see this feedback and and just kind of hear that people did enjoy it. So anyway, Mint Girl 910 said, "I'm dying, OMG," bunch of laugh emojis. Thank you, I appreciate it. Jennifer Murray said, "It would be an honor to be your first MLM sucker. I mean, associate for Rocky Mountain Putty Seed Company. I'm ready to invest my life savings into this wonderful business opportunity." Yeah, you know what? If you're looking for secondary income or passive income, joining RMPS Inc. I think it's a smart business decision, and we only ask for 1.2 million up front, and that's just for kind of your intro package. And then from there you can start hosting parties, and we will send you some catalogs that you can share with friends or family, or you can take them to a craft fair. You know, the world is really your seed, your oyster seed, when it comes to Rocky Mountain putty seed. So I think it's a smart move. I'll reach out to you directly, and we do Cash App, we do Venmo, we do PayPal, anything that you can think of. So we'll also take gold bricks if that's your preference. So the only thing that we won't do is any sort of like tokens, like no Chuck E. Cheese tokens, no Dave and Buster's cards, but we can chat. We'll chat. Miller Time Mama said, so good. Laughing emoji. Thank you. Dreamer Craft Corner said, good luck with business. Not good time. Not good time for have closed down. Four have closed down, gone to bankruptcy, including Craftily, which I believe is supposed to be Craftably. Just too many. So this was the one comment. Thank you so much for commenting, but I'm pretty sure this commenter didn't see the context. So it is a bummer that Craftably, from what I've understood, they are closing up shop. But yeah, this was just supposed to be a fun parody video, and I'm not actually starting a diamond painting business. But thank you for at least reading the title. I appreciate it. Lisa015 said, ever heard a Puerto Rican say Mazel Tov? Well, I say it to you, so now you have. I've tried other putties, but I always go back to and use the pink wax. But you know what? Just because it's you, I'm ready to try some RMPS/MPB. LOL. Side note, I love the end part being a little bit older lady from the hood. I giggled hysterically, as I have known more than a few wannabe ladies like those two. As noted before, I just love you so much, and if anyone comes for you, you got the Puerto Ricans behind you 100%. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, they were both, you know, those characters that I did are heavily influenced, and pretty much just me doing an impersonation, essentially, of a live video that went up, I think, just over a year ago, that I just found to be pretty awful, regardless of the topic that they were discussing. It was just, in my opinion, a horrible approach to what was trying to be done there, I guess. And so I talked about it. I have a vlog from like a month or so ago called the worst YouTube video I've ever seen, where I talk about how I felt about it, and that's when I started discussing more that I was going to do this parody video. But yeah, I went from being upset and sad about that to it being kind of funny to me. And, you know, I try to add some levity to poor situations. So I was like, you know what? Someday I will do an April Fool's video where I kind of do a parody or mimic that, but add some flair to it to show how I saw it, what it looked like to me, which was just out of control nonsense. So I hope that came through. But anyway, thank you so much for the video. Or not so much for the video. Thank you so much for the comment, Lisa. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for your consistent comments. I feel like you comment on the majority of my videos, and I love that. There's so many that do. But your name always pops out to me because I have a friend whose name is Lisa. She doesn't spell it the same way. So I knew going into it that it probably should be pronounced Lisa instead of like Lisa or Liza. And then you mentioned it, that I got it right first time, and I was like, yes, it's good to know have a Lisa in your life, and now I have two, so thank you. Okay. This way, baby. Good boy. This side. Why do you got to take up the whole path? We've got like cyclists coming through, and he's got like grass and stuff to sniff on either side, and he wants to be dead center on the path. And I'm like, dude, other people are trying to get by. Come on. Come on. Can you stay on this side? Can you stay on this side? Hold on, everyone. This is a training moment. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Trying to get him to not want to walk dead center because we've got cyclists and stuff. So they're usually like, on your right, on your left. And I'm like, my left or stage left? Like it always just kind of like makes me a little flustered. So I'd like Apollo to pick a side, and he doesn't. He likes to take up as much space as possible. And so I just spent a few minutes trying to get him to stay on one side of me and not, list over to one side or another. And he's doing pretty good. He seems to prefer right side over left. So I think we're doing okay. But anyway, let's get around this curve here and I'll get to the next comment. Okie dokie. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. Leslie Diamond Paints just said slay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, like I said. And I hope folks, like I said, I know people aren't it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people are gonna be particularly upset, I guess, or I don't know, what have you. But yeah, I'm glad that it seems like it went over okay. Diamonds for Linda. Just put a bunch of laughing emojis. Thank you. I appreciate it. Debbie Richardson Casole 6714 said amazing. Thank you. Peggy got, oh my gosh, you're gonna have to help me. I don't want to mess this up. Peggy got, I'm not gonna mess that up. Peggy GOTTSCHAU 4420. If you listen to this video, please give me a phonetic or a breakdown. It's sometimes I will attempt, other times I'm like, I don't want to completely butcher this, so I will just let you tell me. But Peggy says, OMG, I'm dying. This is by far my most favorite diamond painting video. You deserve an award. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't think I deserve any award or anything. If anything, it's just, it's just a little bit of a commentary on how crazy this, sometimes things in the diamond painting space can get. It's very tight-knit for sure. There's tons of people that diamond paint, but I think only a fraction of those actually engage in the social aspect of things and all of that stuff. And then, another facet is kind of the small business side of things, and which I understand I understand for the most part. Like, there sometimes can be some, scuttlebutt and drama and all that stuff going on. But so yeah, I was just supposed to kind of poke a little bit of fun of that, about all of the nonsense and the craziness that can happen, and how, once again, deadly serious it seems that, some people take it. And I guess just for me, I don't take it that seriously, and I like to have a lot of fun while I'm diamond painting, and I want to have fun and get creative in a bunch of different ways with the content that I put up, and I hope it keeps people entertained, and you enjoy it just as much as I enjoy putting it together, regardless of what it is. So yeah, I have learned to just have a much more lighthearted, non-confrontational, not serious mindset when it comes to this craft and the social space and the small business stuff and all of that. I'm not that serious about it, So I love shopping from small businesses and supporting them with my dollars and featuring shops and stuff on my channel, and trying to be a good a good supporter of a lot of folks that I really love, that whether or not they have businesses. and do a lot of stuff like that. But when it comes to, you know, having loyalties and alliances, and this person stole this person's this, so I'm gonna, you know, do this to this person and to retaliate against them, but then they also made this friend mad, so I've got to keep that in mind before I buy, you know, like all of that hubbub. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not I'm not into it. And in fact, I find it quite comical sometimes when it just seems to spiral out of control. So anyway, okie dokie. So thank you so much for the comment, Peggy. Alley Cat 61 said, I'm sorry, I thought it was March 1st, not April 1st. So great, Anthony. Yeah, it was. Well, I think it was March 2nd when it technically went up, because it took forever for it to upload. But yeah, it was supposed to be April for an April Fool's April 1st joke, but I made the decision to put it up early and create a little bit of a buffer. That way, when it's time to go into the events that I have going on this summer, my content will be solely focused on those events. I thought it'd be a little weird to be like, the same day I'm trying to kick off an event, do this. It's like, what's happening right now? So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. And then Alley Cat came back with another comment and said, how do you do this with a straight face? Oh yeah, the camera is not on you. Maybe you are smirking the whole time. When it came to the walking around for the Rocky Mountain putty seed, yeah, I did. I was just that was all just me talking. I didn't write a script or anything for that. I just knew that I wanted to go up in the mountains, put the seeds around and be like, ooh, look, I found another one. But all the stuff talking about each of the scents, like I made those scents up on the fly, and talking about like how they get their scents and stuff. And I honestly, I need to go back and watch it to see what I said, but it was just a bunch of bad, like I was just coming up with stuff on the fly for like the different scents and stuff. But yeah, there was a couple times I would say something like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. But the most time that it was hard for me to keep a straight face was obviously recording the little commercial. Took several takes for me to get through it, and then yeah, there's some additional bloopers from me. Just like it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy in the sense that like it was hard to just play it straight, you know. But anyway, thank you for the comment. Susan Z3218 said, thank you for making me laugh so hard. Standing ovation and 2 words, nailed it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Linda Hammermeister said, I laughed so hard it made my day. You are so talented. Keep up the good work. I will need some of your putty. Have a great day and keep having fun. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will. I'll keep having fun. I'll keep having fun. It was a blast to do, honestly. I would do it again in a heartbeat for sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'll keep having fun, and yeah, who knows, if I ever decide to do more like character stuff in the future, include that in different videos and stuff, who knows. Now that I've done it once, it might be funny to like have some recurring characters pop up randomly in videos and stuff. That might be funny, but who knows, For now, I've got...
Yeah, it's really hard to predict the pacing on the way home. Done, turn around whenever.
For now, I've got so many plans for other videos and upcoming events and stuff. I just don't think I'll be doing anything of this type in a while, but who knows? Who knows? I might throw a little something in there once in a while, but yeah, it was fun. Thank you for the comment. Katharina, oh, this is another one. I'm not going to try it. I'm going to say Katharina said, This was excellent. Wish I could thumbs up this video 1,000 times and some clapping emojis. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you do end up watching this video, give me a breakdown of your name / username. That way I can try to get it right next time. Hi. Come on. Thank you for the comment. Peggywood7952 said, "Good harvest, LOL. Best of luck to you. Best of luck with your new adventure. I was dying on the hunt." Yeah. I'm glad you liked that part. I was worried because I really wanted to play it straight and set it up like I was taking you along as I, prepped to launch my new business and all of that stuff, but include just some outlandish things like the seeds and the scents and all of that stuff. But I was worried that the buildup was a little bit too long. So I was like, maybe I could have cut a whole bunch of that and just got right to the commercial and then everything that happened after it. But I was wanting to keep the spiral and just the off the rails part kind of tucked away a little bit towards the end, because I wanted to play it straight for a decent enough time where people might be like, wait, what is he doing? What is this? Like, I wanted that to kind of pop into people's heads of like, what is he talking about? And if you typically listen to my videos, just hearing like, okay, I've discovered this seed and blah, blah, blah. Like at a certain point, I'm sure people are like, wait, what? And have to like turn to actually turn on the video or actually look at what was happening. And then I was hoping by that point, that's when the commercial would start and then all the craziness would ensue. So I tried to kind of pace it right, but I was worried that the beginning was stretched out a little too long, which probably it was. Probably could have cut a few minutes of me stomping around the woods. Come on. You're losing focus again. You're doing so good. So yeah, but thank you. I'm glad you liked that part, because I was worried that part was kind of a little too much of a lull, but yeah, I appreciate it. Valinda, Lena Joy, I think I got that right, said, "I love the skit at the end of your video, LOL." Come here. Good boy.
In Applewood?
Come on. Valinda says, "I love the skit at the end of your video. Who are you imitating? I started listening to you not too long ago, but I've been hearing that you are doing a skit, but never knew what video you were imitating." Yeah, you can, if you want to take a look at it's a vlog that went up about a month ago, and I think it's just called like my least favorite YouTube video of all time or something like that. You'll get a good sense. It's a vlog, so I talk about life stuff for a good portion of it. So if you want to skip to like the last like 30 minutes, I guess, 20, 30 minutes, I try to give a pretty succinct breakdown of what had happened and how I felt about it, and talk about doing this parody video. So if you haven't seen that, that's probably the best I can give you. I'm not trying to be out here being like, here's the video and blah, 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 like, go get them, or, that type of thing. Like, that's exactly the type of stuff that I think the original video was trying to do, is like a call to arms of like, let's rally and attack this person together. And I just found it kind of gross. So I'm not gonna point to that video explicitly and be like, this is what I was referencing, because honestly, I don't want people watching it. I would prefer if that video didn't exist and people didn't see it, because I think it is a low point for diamond painting content that I've ever seen. So I'd prefer if it never happened, regardless of what it's about and how I felt about it. It's just in very poor taste in general. So I hope that I was able to portray my feelings on that and express that in a funny way without you needing to see the original video, because those folks that I was portraying or imitating, or the characters that I tried to create from that. You know, that type of mentality and that type of personality exists in everything, in all aspects of life. There's always, you know, mean-spirited, you know, aggressive people with a very strong kind of bully mindset and the "I'll take you down if you cross me" mindset. So I'm hoping that you don't need to have that reference video in order to enjoy it and see those traits in the characters I was trying to portray in your own life, regardless of, you know, diamond painting or not. Like, they're kind of the embodiment of bullies, online bullies, you know, and I think we've all experienced that before. So, hold on. So yeah, I'm not encouraging anyone to go seek out the original video, and I'm not gonna, you know, share it with anyone. But I hope that you enjoyed what I posted, or the parody video that I did, for what it is, regardless of, you know, of that. So I hope that's okay. I'm not, that was not my intention, was to get people to find out who or what if they weren't aware and get upset at them. That's not the purpose. It was just meant to poke fun at just how off the rails things sometimes seem to go. So anyway, Mia's Life with KFS said, "OMG, Anthony, this is gold, the belly pain right now." Well, thank you so much, Mia. I know we were talking on your live today about the fact that you liked it, so I'm glad that you did. Mia's Life with KFS said, "By the way, I would totally affiliate if needed. I have like 1 million followers. Imagine the sales they could give you." Oh, yes, you're right, Mia. I totally forgot about that. And yeah, I really think that you could bring Muddy Putty Buddy to the next level. And yeah, that's so funny. My affiliate program is a 99 to 1% split. So you'll get 1% of any profits made directly from your followers. So just keep that in mind. And I hold that in escrow for 10 years, and then it'll be delivered to you. So you think maybe 2034, you'll see a nice big old check come in the mail. Where? I'm so lost. I know that there's got to be a more trail. I think we took an extreme shortcut. We're just going to get lost in this parking lot. I don't mind if you don't. Okay, thank you so much, Mia. That was awesome. Jennifer K. Layer, I think I got that right. 5259 said, "I'm dead," laughing emojis. Thank you. There's a lot of comments. We've already gone through a few of them, but I think there's quite a few more comments that just say, "I'm dying, I'm dead, I've died." I saw those as they were coming in. I was just like, "Oh, thank you." So thank you so much for the comment. Michelle K. I'm going to just say Kaylee? Michelle Kale. Let's just go with that. I'm sorry. Once again, you may have commented frequently on a lot of videos. I forget names pretty easily, but I will remember if you teach me how to pronounce it properly, or the way that you intended your username to be pronounced. I do usually remember that, because then next time I struggle with it, that will come into my head of like, oh yeah, like Alley Cat, I used to say Alicia T or Alicia KT or something, because I just wasn't reading it properly. And then they finally wrote Alley Cat, and I was like, oh, okay, I got you. So yeah, just help me that way. I'm not saying it incorrectly, because I don't want to do that. But anyway, Michelle says, what a great video. I love your imagination. Can't wait to get some of that special putty. Maybe you can teach Apollo to sniff them out for you to find them easier. Yes, I probably could. That was another struggle when I was filming that part, is every time I would put one of those little silly putty eggs down, he would immediately want to come over and investigate and grab it. And I'm like, no, 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 you cannot eat silly putty, please. So I had to like keep it away from him while still trying to film. So I would let him off leash and I'd kind of sneakily walk over somewhere and like set it there. And then I'd be like, oh, come over here and look at this, Apollo, and kind of distract him and get him to walk it in another area. And then I'd turn on the camera and have to quickly go and grab it, you know? So you might have noticed that the cuts are just like, oh, I found another one. And I kind of walked directly to it because he would sniff them out. He would sniff them out because they probably smell like silly putty and plastic. So he was like, what is this? Let me get over here. And I'd have to like try to do it quickly. So yeah, that was fun. I think I know where we are. It's just a matter of getting there. We're just gonna walk on this road. I think this road spits us out at the end of this like housing development. So I should be able to just kind of figure out my way back from there. We've done 3 miles. 3 miles, buddy. Okay. So thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Lingot Coho said, I'm totally dead. Skull. Laugh emoji hearts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Robears 683 said, I'm completely dead. I am completely dead. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then Angie Sparkle Addiction Art said, I'm dying. This is brilliant. Silly putty perfection. Thank you so much. Yeah. I was wondering if someone would, obviously, I think the Silly Putty logo is printed on it, but I didn't know, like, I mean, I didn't even know Silly Putty was still something that was sold in stores. I was kind of surprised to see it at Target. And B, I didn't know if people would catch that right away of like, oh, it's just Silly Putty that he's using. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Ruby Lopez 5941 said, LOL, those clicking hands had me scared. Be careful in those woods. Best of business for you. Yeah, I gotta be a little bit careful. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that Blair Witch kind of idea was just something I decided to tack on at the end. But that is something that I have mentioned. I think it was my 1,000 subscriber thank you video or vlog. I got lost a little bit on a hike and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just got lost out here in the dark forever, and then it just kind of turned into this Blair Witch thing where I was just running around being like, oh God, oh God. And at the time people were like, no, that wouldn't be funny. We don't want to see you. See you get lost and chased down at night, like a couple people had commented, like, no, that wouldn't be funny, Anthony. So I was like, I think I've brought that idea back from a year or so ago, where I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just got like chased down in the woods at night? But I'm fine, everyone, I'm fine. Yeah, and then I put in those little title cards. It's like 2 weeks later, because I think they do that on Blair Witch, where they're just like, this footage was found, blah, 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 like to make it seem extra real and scary. So I have to throw those in too. Anyway, thank you so much for the comment. Cheryl R941 said, this was so funny. Thank you, I appreciate it. Diamond Painting with D5066 said, LMFAO. I remember. Awesome creativity. I'm rolling on the floor. Brilliant, Anthony. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Want to come up here? We haven't been this way. I'm honestly lost. I don't know. I mean, I know the general area of where we are, but I haven't been able to locate the trail again. So we're just going to keep going until I see some sort of semblance of a trail we can kind of cut around. Oh, I think I see something over here. I think we cross the street. It looks like there's a sidewalk, which will probably get us back on track. Perpetual Procrastinator, I love that name, says, I hope this ultra-professional excavation operation gets to unearth the free international shipping putty seed. Can't wait to try this putty. I hope it's firm and super sticky. That's my favorite type. It works best with both heavy and light placing as well. So I hope that we're playing along here, because it's not a real product. But maybe, I guess I could see people thinking like, okay, he came up with a diamond painting putty, but this is just his weird way of pretending that it's all natural. I don't know. I'm, once again, operating under the assumption that everyone's in on the joke, that of course this is fake. But yes, if I can continue hunting for Rocky Mountain putty seeds, if I can find a free international shipping seed, I'll make sure to include that. Thank you for the comment. I mean, there's a laughing emoji there, so I'm sure that we're all in on the joke together, but I just don't want anyone to walk away feeling like, hey, when is that putty coming out? Like, what? What are you talking about? Miranda Randall said, who made a video? I don't see it, and I don't want to support someone that acts like that. Oh, okay, so yeah, once again, it's that's not, don't worry about it. It's fine. If you do happen to support, someone, I feel like you'd know, if you are watching or supporting someone that tends to get pretty volatile and nasty and defensive, then that's probably not somebody that you would follow anyway. So I think that it's probably not a worry if that personality trait doesn't come to mind to you, or that, that attitude doesn't come to mind to you for, in regards to someone that you engage with on diamond painting, then you're in the clear. So I wouldn't worry about it. Once again, the intention wasn't to point people in that direction or anything like that. So it's just a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if it doesn't bring anybody specific to mind, then I think you are good to go. So yeah, just stay here with me. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Chris Greek 4285 said, so I was super excited to see this plant that could be used in putty, kind of like seaweed and gelatin. Oh my goodness, Anthony, I just can't. You are too adorable, sweetie. Thank you so much. And sending love from Canada. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess. Once again, I was like, did I build the lead up like too much, where people are going to be like, whoa, he's found what? But I'm hoping that I was, pretty quickly you were able to see like, oh, he's just being stupid. So I appreciate it. But yeah, I had a blast doing it. Had a blast. And then Chris goes on to say, I just got through your commercial and I had to pause to stop laughing. Clicky, clicky, clicky. And then the prologue had me waiting. Clearly my weird little brain thinks very similarly to your little brain. If we ever meet, people should quietly seek shelter. Yes, probably. Yeah, after the commercial part, and then, the little parody part where, a couple content creators are calling me out for stealing that idea. That last little bit there, like I said, that was a part that I hadn't really planned, but I did want to say, speak from the heart a little bit at the very end. It's all in good fun, but at the same time, it just putting yourself out there in the online space, knowing that there's, certain people, once again, that just take this stuff so seriously and are not afraid of, trying to gather, gather a group of people around to attack somebody, it's just, it can be a little bit worrisome, you know, or at least it's something that, like I said, weighs on my mind from time to time of like, maybe don't show your house and the things around the house, you know, that type of stuff. So yeah, and like I said, that I don't feel like that about very many people at all, but they're, you know, in anything on the internet, you just, you know, privacy is important, you know, and privacy is a concern when you're engaging online. So it's just something that I have to make sure to keep reminding myself. But anyway, thank you so much for the comment. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that like to be ridiculous like me and like to, you know, poke gentle and not aggressive, angry fun at folks and situations that are just nuts. And yeah, if we got together, it might be crazy. Maybe we could do some characters or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think back to like, you know, I did a few plays in high school, and when I engage with friends, I do impressions a lot, you know, of like other friends or, you know, celebrities, or just making fun of myself and stuff too. And so anyway, so thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Scrapping Sylvia said, I am dying. A bunch of laughing emojis. Love it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then Some Crafts said, dead. Thank you, Anthony. I really needed a laugh. I'm glad you took some enjoyment out of it and it made some folks laugh. That was the point. That was the intention. It wasn't to, you know, call out anybody or get people riled up about this stuff that happened like a year ago. It's just something that stuck with me that I thought was ridiculous, and someday I'll do something with that and poke a little bit of fun at that situation. So yeah, I'm glad that it got received that way. I appreciate it. BQ, hi mom, said 3319, said, son, are you okay? Well, I mean, as okay as I usually am. So, I mean, you take that with what you will. Same level of a mix of having a good time and mental illness. So I'm still here. But yeah, if I'm okay, because you think I might have been attacked and am now missing, no, I'm still here. No, I'm just kidding. I talked to my mom this morning and she tried to make some comments about it. I'm like, Missy, I've known you to put on a costume or two that might not be everyone's cup of tea. So don't tell me. And so much of my personality and like me being able to like put on a voice or be snarky is absolutely 100% my mom, like top to bottom my mom. My mom would always do funny voices and weird stuff, or like sing songs and change all the lyrics. Like, I forget, there was one that was like, there's a song that goes, that's me in the corner, that's me in the spot. Oh, Losing My Religion is the name of the song. She would say, because there's a little town off the highway. Hi. Yeah, called Dacono. So she'd say, that's me in Dacono. And then like so much other stuff that was, you know, I won't repeat because some of the jokes haven't aged well and probably wouldn't be super PC these days. But I get 100% of that side of me from my mom. But I don't think she's ever seen me in any wigs, in nails, that type of thing before. So sorry, Mom, but you know what? That's that. That's that. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever do that specific thing again, but once again, you never know. I'm never going to say never. I didn't save the wigs. Well, I still have the one that I had to use for the nighttime shot in my car, but I threw the other one away. I don't have any intention of like, this is not a recurring thing, but maybe doing some sort of characters or just like general, just general tropes. Maybe someday, but thank you for the comment, ma'am. I'm glad that it made you laugh and I love you. Hooks Books Podcast said, absolutely hysterical. Good work, Anthony. I will be first in line for some metal Rocky Mountain putty seed. Yeah, I didn't know if that joke would land, the lead part, but I was trying to make a joke of like, oh, and I found it. I was trying to sell it as this like metallic putty and like selling it, so, you know, as a product. And then I slipped and I was like, it's actually chock full of lead. And then at one point I was going to do something where like, I don't know, I had all these ideas of like how the product like melts through your multi-placer and your table and stuff, or like is just super duper toxic. But I was like, I want to get, you know, I don't want this to be, you know, a 2-hour video where I'm, you know, what is it called? Where I'm fleshing out every single idea. I was like, let's keep it, let's trim this down a little bit, you know. But thank you so much for the comment. Teresa Reynolds 3484 said, I want to be the first to order in for a green apple. Thanks, Anthony, for making my day. Of course, you're welcome. And yeah, as soon as I get my first shipment in, or I harvest enough to prepare my first shipment, I'll make sure to get you a green apple. I don't know where I came up with those scents. It was just based on the color of them, based on the color of the silly putty egg. And I think it was the red one. I hadn't ever opened them. I just bought them and brought them up with me on the hike. And so I was like, oh, this one's cherry. And then I open it and the actual putty's kind of orange. I was like, oh, whoops. Oopsie. I mean, orange blossom or something. I don't know. I just completely just off the cuff that entire thing. Jess Diamond Paints said, I needed a good laugh. Thanks, Anthony. You're welcome. That was the whole point. So I'm glad that it made you chuckle. Von Kaiser 209 said, oh my gosh, you had me going. I'm glad I turned around to look at this plant I'd never heard of. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what would happen, is people would be listening and then they're like, Rocky Mountain putty seed? What is he talking about? And then that's the track is derailed, or the, you know, train is derailed, and then it just descends into madness after that. Von Kaiser then went on to say, I'm sorry, but I'd like the putty shipped in the seed pod, please. Yeah, you'd think, in retrospect, I'm like, I guess why wouldn't I just ship it directly as in the seed? Like, why did I need to take it out of its pod and then put it into the container? I don't know. I was just rolling with it. But yeah, I could have just said, and the seed is the package. How much more natural can you get than that? But whoopsie. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Okay, oh, good. Okay. I hit refresh. Oop, we've got a potty break. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Apollo had another potty break, so I've got to find a trash can at some point. But yeah, that was all. I hit refresh and I was like, oh my gosh, like so many comments that came in again, but it's all the comments previous to that video, which we're just going to have to do separately. And I might try to do that at the house and sit down this week. Because I should put up at least a couple of videos of me actually diamond painting. So yeah, I don't need to use my phone anymore. That was everything. That's all the comments as to, to this point. Oh, that dog really wants to come over here and see Apollo. He's like pulling and whining. Sorry, buddy. Hi. So editing Anthony is coming on for another quick clip. Apollo had a little bit of an extra burst of energy. And so I was like, okay, let's go, let you go potty and take you for a short stroll. But once I finish the last, or, you know, I'm going to cut in as I'm wrapping up the walk that we were going on. I got home and I was like, all right, let's go ahead and start piecing this together and editing so I can put this vlog up. And as I was doing that, I got one more comment for that video, and everything has been overwhelmingly positive. I hadn't had any comments where someone was upset or anything like that. So once again, thank you so much for the support. But as I was editing, I got one more comment, and it was someone that wasn't particularly happy. And so I didn't want to brush over that or hold it. So yeah, I didn't want to hold it and reserve it for whenever I do my next responding to my comments video. And I never want to brush comments under the rug. I've mentioned this before, but I've never had to delete a comment or skip over one because I was uncomfortable with it or didn't feel like talking about it. I've always had really awesome, respectful, kind comments, and this was respectful as well, but I just didn't want to skip it or make it seem like I was ignoring this person. So we've got one last comment to touch on. Let me get my full, and oh, there's a rabbit over there. There's a rabbit. Okay. So let me pull it up for you. Oh, well, I've got two now. So I'll just respond to these last two. So Cindy G 1970 said, I'll give you that the first part of the video was funny, thank you, but the second part not so much. I say this with love and kindness. I know you hated all of that, so I think referring to the situation that happened over a year ago, which was kind of the inspiration for a portion of that parody video. I know you hated all of that, so I'm confused as to why you would bring it back up now. It seems kind of messy and it's disappointing. Just my 2 cents. Well, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the honesty and the, responding with kindness and all of that stuff for sure. As far as, bringing it back up now, yeah, it's been, I think, a year since that all happened, but that parody was part of that bigger video, and the intention there, or my intention there, was to make light of not only that specific situation, and poke a little bit of fun at it. Not only because that is one way that I deal with, things that I find upsetting or hurtful situations is, I kind of get upset, get angry, feel my feels, and move past them, and then it becomes fodder for funny stories, funny situations, replaying it with a funny bent. And I think that's how a lot of people deal with situations like that, is you have to churn it to a comedy angle to process it. And I don't know if there necessarily is a set timeline or requirement of, you're only allowed to feel your feelings for a certain amount of time, or you're only allowed to bring something up, but after a certain amount of time or within a certain amount of time. Otherwise it's not okay. And I can totally see it if you personally feel that it was in poor taste, or maybe I should have done a parody video sooner if I was going to do one. But the overarching theme of that entire video is supposed to be poking fun at generally, how, once again, how incredibly seriously people take a lot of the social stuff, not only with diamond painting, but just online communities, online friendships. Like, people end up taking them like so incredibly seriously. And so it was meant to kind of poke a little bit of fun about that, and poke a little bit of fun at, folks that are very aggressive and tend to have very bullying personalities and tend to, just steamroll everyone. And we've all had those types of folks in our lives from time to time. A lot of us probably still have those type of people in our lives or in our surroundings. And that's not just something that happens once or has happened once. I'm sure there's still situations even within the diamond painting community where someone feels bullied or attacked, that we just don't see. So even though that particular incident was, was a while ago, and I'm bringing that, I'm calling to that particular instance now, I think the issue that I'm trying to speak towards is still very much relevant and very much present in online communities. So I hope that helps to explain that. It seems kind of messy. That is a little rude. I mean, I did my best with those wigs, okay? I haven't worn wigs before. And a few of the press-on nails were a little wonky. I'm sure that's not what this person means as far as messy, but that's kind of how I took it. It's like, hey, I'll try to do better costuming next time. But yeah, if you meant messy in terms of like, you didn't like it, or, thought that the entire video was messy, a little of that was intentional. I kind of wanted it to seem like I play it straight throughout the build-up, and then I wanted it just to completely spiral and bottom out by the end, because that's how I felt about that, that whole situation originally. So that a lot of that was, if that's the messiness you're referring to, a lot of that was supposed to be part of the joke, and I'm sorry if you didn't pick up on that. And yeah, disappointing. I totally understand that. I didn't walk into putting this video together thinking, oh, this will be universally loved and it's totally in line with other content that I've put together, or what you typically see with diamond painting content, or what you typically expect with your diamond painting content. This is so far outside the realm of, whip and chat, unboxing, finish, and my normal hiking vlogs. It's totally, if you haven't been keeping up with my channel and haven't heard over the few months that this is something that I've been working on and developing and giving status updates on, of course this is going to come completely out of left field. And, if it's not what you were expecting or used to, I could absolutely see it being disappointing, and that's very, very valid. But I will say that, exploring these different types of videos and doing some stuff that I personally find to be really funny, and expressing myself in these weird, kooky, and some might call disappointing ways, I can't promise you that I won't disappoint you in the near future, further out, years from now, if I'm still doing this channel. I'm sure I'm going to create content that rubs somebody somewhere sorry, a battery died. This is like literally my last battery that I have. I've been filming and not charging too much. But anyway, essentially, what I was saying is, if you do feel particularly disappointed by me bringing up something that I did find, particularly hurtful or really angered me in the past, and trying to shed...
What dog is that?
He's part husky, part Malamute. Thanks. Have a good night. I don't know if you heard that, but someone just stopped on the street and they were like, "What dog is that?" And then I said what kind of dog he is, and they said, "Oh, he's cute as hell." Did you hear that, buddy? You're a little angel. Everyone loves you. But anyway, yeah, I can totally see how, if that's not what you're expecting from me, or weren't aware that that's something that I was working on, or, you feel disappointed to see that I've taken something, however long ago it was, that I found particularly hurtful or upset me, and I've been able to process that and turn it into something that I can laugh at, and hopefully other people can share in the ridiculousness with me. If that's something that you find disappointing, I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's just another facet of who I am, how I process things, and how a lot of that stuff manifests itself. And this is the first time that I've taken something like that out of my head and turned it into something, because I think I've built a lot of confidence in this past year, and built and have been feeling and have felt for a while very comfortable with the folks that I've gathered around me that, you know, watch my videos and engage with me on comments and stuff. So if that also is a disappointment to you, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, other than to say that this certainly won't be the last time that I try to explore different avenues and ideas. Of course, not this exactly, but I will try different things and try to get creative and potentially take risks and stuff in the future. And I can't guarantee you that I will always be, you know, a content creator that you particularly are interested in watching or enjoy forever. You know, there might be something in the future that isn't necessarily, that's a dead rabbit. You don't need that. That'll necessarily be your cup of tea, but I would hope that you can, you know, chop that up a little bit and kind of, and still enjoy me as a person and me as a content creator overall, even if there is one particular video or something that just wasn't necessarily your style. But I don't feel the need to tamp that down, you know, and my persona on my channel is just who I am in all facets, and I'm getting more confident in exploring some other facets of mine, and you know, maybe that's not the right, maybe it ends up not being the right kind of contenter that you're looking for diamond painting content or just general YouTube content. And that's okay. That's totally okay. You know, I've worked so hard to curate who I follow and what I watch and stuff on YouTube to keep it to what brings me a lot of joy. And so I don't expect or demand that that everyone, you know, feels those kind of feelings when they watch my content. You know, I encourage people to explore a ton of different content creators, explore videos that bring you a lot of joy, and if they're misses, they're misses, and that's okay. But yeah, so I'm sorry that's what you walked away feeling. That wasn't my intention to disappoint you or anybody else. But at the same time, I understand that that's a potential anytime I put up any type of content, you know. I'm sure there's an unboxing that someone might be really disappointed by or something like that. But I feel, you know, I feel good about, you know, poking a little fun and creating some levity around a situation that I didn't particularly like, and some personality types that I think might stifle others from being creative and being fun and being silly on their channels because they're worried about bullies cropping up or someone saying something. So I hope that there, you know, for every person that might be disappointed or upset, there's some other person that might take that and feel emboldened to be a little silly and try something different on their channel, or maybe start a channel of their own, knowing that it doesn't have to be, you know, the straight up, you know, basics of, you know, what a normal format for a diamond painting channel is, and get a little creative and step outside of the box and get uncomfortable, you know, challenge yourself. So, you know, that particular topic isn't one that I would encourage everyone to use as their basis, but it just happened to be mine, and it's an idea that I've been, you know, brewing in my own head for quite some time, you know, once I kind of processed everything, I guess. But I do hope that the video itself does stand on its own. So even if you didn't know how I felt about that situation, or don't even know what I'm talking about, you can still watch that and see those online bullies in those characters or who I was mimicking, and see that personality type in that you've experienced in the past, and laugh along with me at how ridiculous it really is and can be. So I hope that's kind of the overarching theme there. Once again, my intention wasn't to bring something up from a year ago and start, some kind of drama all over again or call out anybody. It was just part of a grander parody video that I wanted to do, where I was going to do an April Fool's for launching my own product, and it just kind of grew from there into something that I think it's funny. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, I just didn't want to skirt over that comment as if everybody just loved it top to bottom, and skip over the comment that wasn't as positive. And I hope that I responded to you, I hope that my response is acceptable, or at least you can see where I'm coming from. But once again, I'm not trying, I don't want to try to convince you, come on, let's go. That's just another dog. That it's something that you should like or not be disappointed by. That feeling is totally valid. And again, I just heads up. I'll keep trying to do other things. If something else, awful happens that I process and I'm like, it might be funny to do a little clip of a video or a portion of a video to make a little light of that, just to kind of bring some levity to the topic of online bullying and stuff, and poke a little fun at folks that think it's okay to do that type of stuff. I might do it again in the future, or I might do something similar, or something else, a completely different topic, a completely different subject matter that disappoints you. I wish I could say that I'll never, disappoint you or anybody else, but I can't promise that. And so, let me know. Let me know how if you want to talk more directly, you want to talk more one-on-one, or if the decision is that this isn't the right channel or space for you. I'm sorry that I created a space that you don't feel comfortable in, but also I don't think I'm gonna tamp that down. I really think I approached that with a sense of comedy and a sense of levity, and that's it. I've loved putting this channel together so far and building what I have, and I certainly don't want to erode that by any means. So if that is feelings that you're feeling, it's okay to speak up, and I'm definitely not going to just start doing like a bunch of crazy wild stuff that I know generally would just not be appreciated. Certainly won't do that, but I do want to encourage people, to let me know, let me know in real time how you're feeling with content in general, and I will take all of that to heart for sure when making choices on, what to put up going forward, or at least, keep it in mind for sure. But I will kind of let my heart and my feelings and ideas kind of be the guiding light to the content I put up on my own channel. So that's that. I just wanted to mention that we're going to cut over to the other Anthony. He's going to say a goodbye and all of that stuff and wrap up the hike, and then I'll still finish with a little blooper reel from that video. Oops. So that was a lie. I have one more comment. I'll have to stitch all this together. I have one more comment. I didn't mean to wrap that up, so I forgot that there was one. Okay, it's still just the one. Okay, good. I'm like, please don't let this keep being a thing. Okay, so Mary over at Mary Making Crafts. Hi, Mary, just said, you are such a joy and a treasure to this community. Never change. Oh, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And I'll try not to change. If anything, I'm going to try to keep just showing flexing more creativity muscles and try different ideas and stuff. So that's, I hope I don't change. And even though this video might be, that video was atypical or a little bit out of left field, that's still definitely part of me and always has been. We talked about it earlier in the video, like it's a product of just my mom's personality too, and my family's general personality traits and stuff, is just adding some comedy and levity. That last comment, you know, where Cindy was disappointed, it immediately reminded me, like, you know, there when you are like at a family gathering or have family or friends around, and there's someone, be it you or somebody else, that's like, do you remember that time when? And then there's always at least one, you know, one other family member that's like, hey, no, we don't talk about that. And it's usually me that's trying to tell a story. I'm usually like, what? What's the problem? That wasn't funny. I'm like, yes, it was. You didn't think, and then that person's like, you didn't think it was funny back then. It's like, yeah, but I've processed my trauma, and part of processing it is creating some light and levity around it. So I'm going to tell this story because I think it's funny now. But, you know, there's people that don't see things that way, and it's still either hurtful or uncomfortable to bring up, because either they haven't processed it or they process it in different ways. So that's completely what that comment reminded me of, like hey, you didn't think it was funny back then. It's like, yeah, I know that, but we've all kind of moved on, and now it's funny to poke fun and tell a story or reenact it or make up voices and stuff. Like, that's all just dealing with stress and trauma and anger and issues and stuff. It's just kind of human nature. So once again, I'm sorry if that disappointed you to see that, but that's what I got. I'm sorry. So anyway, okay, that's that. All right, bye. But yeah, once again, just overwhelmingly positive and supportive. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to put together. Like I said, it was difficult in the sense that I've never done anything like that before, and stepping out of my own Rocky Mountain putty seed to try something new, and being vulnerable, like putting on a wig and nails. Like, I was putting that stuff on, and I'm like, please don't let one of my roommates come home and see me like all dolled up, screaming by myself into a microphone, like, you crazy. So it was a little bit vulnerable in the sense that I've never done anything like that. But I had a blast. I don't listen back to very many of my own videos other than clipping little pieces out for editing, but I'll rarely, once it's posted, rarely ever watch my own video. But this one I did watch a couple of times because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't feeling like I went too hard into it or was being too poke funny. Like, I think there's a line there where it can tip into just being making fun of someone in a really cruel or rude way. Like, that once again was not my intention. I was really wanting to highlight some of the beats, some of the things that were said in the original video that I thought were really funny and kind of quotable, that I could exaggerate, while at the same time infusing a couple of lines that were how I felt about watching that video. So I think, like, one of the characters says like, oh, this is what anger management issues are about. And that's how I felt watching that video. Like, oh, this is some anger management issues coming to a head right here. So I had to throw something like that in there, of course. And then something else about, like, having, give us any excuse to bully somebody online. So I had to include something like that. But other than that, I tried to keep it close enough to the original. I wasn't trying to like completely just make up a bunch of stuff for those characters or those folks to say in my video that would paint them in like a super duper harsh light. As far as, you know, now of course the nuances and my, you know, my head bopping and nail clicking and stuff was definitely exaggerated, but all of that stuff was there, you know, like I just, oh, come here. But yeah, I just, you know, exaggerated that and kind of, you know, put my own stank on it. But I tried to just keep it as like, this is what it looked like to me, you know. And if someone said, watch that original video and reenact what you saw, like that's kind of what I was going for. But I also didn't want it to be too much beat for beat or too derivative. I tried to turn what I think was like an hour and a half, 2 hour live into like 3 minutes of craziness, you know. So I don't know. I did try to be intentional about not making it too like, not try to not make it the exact thing that I'm saying I'm not a fan of, is like the mob mentality. Let's get them, or let's get her, you know, that strong bully mentality. I kind of understood in my head that there was, you know, there's a chance that that's how it might be perceived as well, of like, okay, you're saying like, you know, peace, love, and diamonds to everybody, but then this parody video, you're making fun of 2 content creators, which I guess, you know, at the end of the day is true, but I don't think my intentions there are not to attack somebody or be like, you know, I don't, you know, at no point in that video did I be like, okay, so what I just did there is how I felt that these 2 content creators treated, you know, blah, 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 blah. Here's a link to their profiles, you know, let's tell them, like, this is stuff that's over a year old. It's more than blown over. From what I understand, everybody's moved on from it. It's just, you know, I've wanted to do this parody video with a few different ideas, and that's always stuck in my head that it'd be funny to portray these like quintessential mean girl crafting bullies that attack me for my all natural diamond painting putty. Like I think it's funny. So anyway, I said I wasn't gonna try to cover my own butt or but I just want to make sure that no one feels that way. And I know people are still gonna feel that way because some people probably wouldn't take, I would assume a very angry bully type personality wouldn't take kindly to being mimicked or a video like that to be created about them. So I can only imagine, but I'm not, you know, that's the nature of it. So yeah. Anyway, before I just kind of babble on and all of that stuff, I'm super happy with how it turned out. It's one of the few videos that I watch back of my own and actually like and don't mind watching. Because I don't like my own voice and some of my mannerisms and stuff. I don't like seeing that. But I would do it again in a heartbeat. I'd probably try to refine it a little bit more and spend more time with it. But not to toot my own horn, but I'm proud of the editing and how that all came together, because I had an idea in my head, and it's very rare that it will come out just as I had imagined. But this one kind of did. So anyway, that's that. We're almost out of battery here again, and this has already been a long enough vlog. So, oh, excuse me, sorry. What do you think? What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Oh, very cute. So yeah, we still have to finish this walk. We have to go back up to the reservoir and around. But I will get back on at some point in the future, and we'll finish responding to the rest of the comments that I need to catch up on. We'll probably just do a general whip and chat Cedar Point edition at some point. And we can talk more about like whips and all of that stuff, but there was just a lot of comments specific to this video, enough so that I thought it'd probably deserve its own chit chat. And of course, if there's future comments that come in for the, in regards to that video, then we'll mix them in too. But I just wanted to get through this batch. You are very potty centric today. Lots of pees and poos on this walk. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. I really appreciate, once again, the kind words, the support. I'm glad it made you laugh. And if it didn't make you laugh, then I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying to find something that works for you. But anyway, yeah, happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, come say bye. Yeah, come on. That was half-hearted, come on. Yeah, oh, there we go. That was double-hearted. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye. Okay. Microphone's recording. Microphone is recording, okay. Right. Welcome our next guest. Okay. More like single and pathetic. More like single and pathetic. R&R. Okay. R&R. Okay. Come on. Whoo. Okay. R&R. Well, need we say more? Ooh, get him, gal. Get him, gal. Tell him, gal. Okay. Okay, yes, I think I'm good. Thank you for letting me steamroll. So mess with us and find out. Okay. Hello? Okay. Take that. Get ready. Okay? That's that. Okay? That. Okay? That's that. Okay? Fact. He constantly... Fact. And never, ever cross us. And you'll be fine. You just need to follow our rules. Oh my God. I hate wigs. There we go. There, she's settled now. Okay, she's settled. Oh, she's settled. She's fine. I'm fine. Everyone's fine. Where's my LaCroix? Take. Okay. So, you know what? He even stole that. Hold on. Hello? That again? No, we don't have the pizza pista. We're sold out. Okay. All right. And can you hear me? 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 Oh! Hang on. Okay. And I've got to do... These are the best. Okay, ready? Shots fired! Shots fired! Okay, let's try it one more. Shots fired! Okay, ready? Shots fired! Okay, last few. We got this. That's facts on stacks on Big Macs on maps. Ooh, that's facts on stacks with Big Macs on maps. Whoa, that's facts spilling stacks, Big Macs on stacks. That's facts on stacks, Big Macs on stacks. That's facts spilling stacks with Big Macs on maps. Shots fired! Spilling tea on you and me for free. That's spilling tea on you and me for free. That's snacks with stamps on flying bats. Okay, that's my favorite one. That's snacks with stamps on flying bats.